it's going to work, right?
When I see a guitarist coming to play, it impresses me a lot.
His pedal board.
That tells me how that guy is professionally.
You mean organization, cleanliness?
Cleanliness.
How does he treat his pedal board?
How does it arrive?
If he opens it, if everything is neatly arranged, the cables are there. What is his work method, you know? How he treats the tool of his trade, which is the pedal board as well.
It's part of
The guitar setup, right?
Just like when we open amplifiers and look inside, you see the manufacturer's care.
Isn't it the same thing? The assembly.
Yeah, because you assembled the pedal board.
In the case of the pedal board, you see the quality of the assembly.
Anyone who sees something organized knows the care that was taken both by the owner and the manufacturer.
By the professional who worked there.
So that's important.
Sometimes you need to research the products you are buying.
And see.
I keep remembering my first bands. The guy coming to play with a backpack and starts pulling out the pedals like this. The pedal already comes with the cable attached, and he puts everything on the floor. A little whip goes and connects everything.
From the chain.
And by the time he leaves, it took until the guy got that thing to work, right?
Then another half an hour for him to try to figure out why it's making noise.
That's it.
It was never the treatment.
There's a board set up, the guy, boom, I'm ready.
But back then, that was it. Nobody had any idea to do it. Actually, at that time, in 1999, 1998, we used to cut little pieces of wood, right?
Those perforated pieces of wood.
No, you see, it was plywood.
Painted it black and placed the pedals.
There wasn't...
I even mentioned in the Starling episode that I patented, right? The method of securing with cable ties on perforated bases. Because adhesive Velcro didn't exist at the time. So, nor did those 3M double-sided tapes. Nowadays, I'm securing with 3M, double-sided tape and cable ties. Because the 3M prevents the pedal from making this movement.
And the cable tie holds it.
Oh yeah, question about that.
What is your preferred method of securing?
That one.
3M double-sided tape and cable tie. Some pedals are very difficult for you to manage to fit to pass the cable tie.
No place to secure.
There's no place for you to secure the cable tie in a way that makes it complicated. Then, sometimes you have to put a side support, drill the pedal in some cases.
You have to ask the owner. Ask the owner, yes.
Asking the owner with authorization.
We will...
There should be an ISO so that every pedal has a port underneath.
That's it.
Screwable for everyone, man. It would be an ISO.
There are some screw adapters for pedals on the market. I don't know if I sell them. I don't know if they fit all pedals with screws and everything, but not all bases are made of wood. Sometimes you get a metal base and you'll have to drill the metal base.
It's because it has to be variable.
Explain that wave to me. It's from Bob Brett.
Who disassembles the pedal?
Remove the pedal. It's Pit Cornish. Remove the pedal.
And assemble all into one structure.
I've done that once and I don't remember for whom it was.
And don't do it again.
I won't do it again.
It's strange.
For all the pedals, do we make a pedal board?
Yeah, disassemble it and take a steel plate, make the standard drilling, assemble everything on the pedal board already wired inside.
Then you just look at pedal A.
Then you have... No, true bypass, no. You don't have...
Signal loss, right?
The weight of the boxes.
Oh my God, can I finish? No, you can't.
No, you can't. So people said, you can't. It's great. You can't. And you can't. One is the box, the other goes close.
You can't.
It is not possible to proceed with the current plan. The situation is such that moving forward is not an option. This is due to various constraints and limitations that have been identified. These constraints make it impractical to continue as initially intended. Therefore, it is necessary to reassess the situation and consider alternative approaches. By doing so, we can ensure that the objectives... The advantage of doing this...
The disadvantage is if you want to swap any pedal.
There's no way. The guy married that guy who makes 3 systems.
But Pete Cornish did this. He would take a platform. He dismantled all of GILMOUR's pedals. Whether it was a graphic equalizer, he put everything underneath, fixed with all the switches, and it was beautiful, all neatly tied up. And then he would place a buffer between each pedal. There was a buffer when it wasn't tube-driven. It was a buffer for each, according to the type of pedal.
And now your workshop, you have a rack that has 3 sections, and you set this up.
I put it inside a Delenko rack.
So whoever is complaining about the setup, do this. Like, get the email from the guy with years of experience and send it to him. Look, I'll talk and the radio will tell him.
Not at the time when the email to Mrs. Pico, we tell you you're wrong with your work.
But there's a guy who set up the Pink Floyd racks, actually since Gilmour, right? He talks about a lot of English bands.
What is this? What are we talking about?
We're talking about 1980. Bob Bradshaw set up everyone.
And the cater set it up. The records we listen to are on the pedal board that these guys set up.
Yes, there's Buffett there.
If you look for the old equipment, you'll see, and probably both the Americans and the English set up one of the two.
There are 7 of the 2.
David Gilmour must have indeed set up with Bradshaw and Pete Cornish.
Gilmour is...
No.
Jimi Hendrix.
Please, please.
Bob and Cornish are alive.
Is David Gilmour alive? David Gilmour is alive. That's it. Oh, damn.
But it's interesting. Back then, in 1997, when I founded Guitar Tech, I read all the articles by these guys and studied the systems.
Did he write to them?
He wrote to them. No, they don't pay attention to me.
Did he write to them?
I tried to send a friend, but he didn't even reply to me.
What mean you sent a friend?
Did you send him a little message, a letter?
I said,
Send an email to the guys.
I sent a message to Bob Bradshaw and he didn't reply to me. There's only one person here in Brazil who can talk to him. And you know who it is. You're sitting behind you.
It's true. The only one who replies to emails is him, really. I'm telling you, so if you need to talk to him, everything has to go through this guy. A real intermediary, which isn't wrong.
the guy said,
That the bank is clearly incorrect? Send a message there.